As you traverse the mind, its twists and turns will lead you to questions that have been long since forgotten, and answers that reveal the shadowy aspects of ourselves that we would rather the public not see. But it's important that you bring those shadowy aspects into the light, so that you may step closer to your true self. Good evening. All I ask is that you sit back, relax, and enjoy tonight's program.
This is the sequel to the first test game that I played last week. It's the same exact concept. Might be a little bit more complex. But let's see. Before experiencing the test, Hypothesis Rising, it is highly recommended that you've played its prequel, The Test, first before venturing into this experience. You will stand to gain a lot more from this experience if you've played the test first. And yeah, I played it. Yeah, I played it. I've already played the test. Wonderful news. We can continue. Bit of a different scene. Move me over here. Oh shit, I didn't read that first one. Never mind. Please excuse the mess. I haven't had a chance to clean up yet. Now, I don't want to take up too much of your time with blibber blabber and nonsensical speak, so I'll just get straight to the point. Blibber blabber, that's weird. Sometimes we have to ask ourselves life's tough questions. There's one question in particular I'd like for you to ask yourself. Are you happy? Yeah, okay, Bo Burnham, calm down. And when I say happy, I don't mean content. Being content is great, but it's not the same as being happy. I want to help you. I want to inspire you to be the best that you can be. I want to inspire you to be the happiest version of yourself. I want to see you grow inside and out. Now, how do we accomplish this, you might be asking? Good question. Allow me to explain. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and you're going to answer them with 100% entire honesty. And when I say 100% entire honesty, I mean 100% entire honesty. Think about it. You do want to be happy, don't you? You wouldn't want to do something so bold as to tempt fate by lying, would you? Just remember, if you lie, the only person you're lying to is yourself. The only person who will suffer from this is you. And believe me, you will suffer. Not to mention the fact that whether you tell the truth or not, I'll know. But that's another story. Let's be moving on, shall we? We've wasted enough time explaining what we're going to be doing. Just remember, we all want to be good people. We all want to give the answers that we feel lend the most desirable human traits within ourselves. But sometimes good people do bad things, and sometimes we don't always have desirable traits as humans. I cannot express enough just how important it is to be truly honest while answering these questions, no matter how uncomfortable the truth may make you. Now, it's time to get into the real meat of this experience. It's time for you to get the advice that you deserve. As you read questions and scenarios during this process, I want you to create your own circumstances and build your own bridges to arrive at the answer that best suits your own psyche. If you've never experienced the scenario being asked of you, then simply imagine that you have to try and assume how you might feel in that situation. I'd like to invite you to pour a glass of water. Will gamer subs work instead? I mean, I know this is a glitch energy bottle, but, like, I'm not sponsored by either, so, like, whatever. Sit back, relax, as we unfold your fate and the secret to overcoming the next hurdle in your life. We're going to start with some basic, easy questions. If you answer these questions twice, your advice may change. It's not just about answering the questions, it's about many different variables. Many different factors are at play here, including the amount of time taken to answer proposed questions. That being said, It's far more important to actually take your time and think about how honest of an answer you're giving before you give it. Whatever you do, do not rush the process. Time is your best friend here. You'll see what I mean soon enough. And here we go. Do you feel uncomfortable right now?
Nope.
Are you nervous?
Nope.
Do you feel cold?
It's 68 degrees in my house, a little.
Do you feel sad?
No.
Have you ever hurt someone because you were hurting even though they didn't deserve it?
Unfortunately, yes.
Do you crave acceptance by others?
No.
Have you ever lost a loved one?
Yes.
Do you know what heartbreak feels like?
Yes.
Do you believe in demons?
Yes.
Do you believe in curses?
Yes.
Would you consider yourself to be spiritual?
Not in a religious way. No.
Are you afraid of dying alone?
No.
If there was an undeniable proof that a ghost was haunting you, would you continue to live in your home?
If it was a poltergeist, no. So I guess I'll have to say no.
Have you ever seen an object mysteriously move without it being touched?
I'm not that observant of a person, so, I mean, probably, maybe I've seen it, but because of how bad my memory is, I'm gonna say no.
Do you believe that it's possible for a game to summon supernatural forces into your life without you knowing it?
Yeah, the Ouija board is technically a type of game you can play. It's just not very wise to play that game. Don't be an idiot.
Would you like to make more friends?
No, I'm fine with the people that I know.
Would you consider yourself to be a good friend?
Often to my own detriment, yes.
Do you feel lonely?
No. I don't want to talk to you. I don't know who you are. I'm talking to this guy.
Do you make friends easily?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Do you tend to avoid drama or pot?
All the time, dude. I hate drama.
Have you ever had a near-death experience?
No. Yeah, no.
Do you like horror movies?
I do.
This is all very interesting. Have you played the test?
Yeah.
That's the spirit. Have you played the horoscope?
I don't believe I have.
Give it a whack. I'm not totally biased or anything.
Do you watch porn? No, I used to have a really bad addiction to that, so, no, not anymore.
Would you consider yourself to be a hard worker?
Yes.
Do you have a low opinion of yourself?
No.
Would you consider yourself to be a confident person?
Yeah.
Would you help an old lady cross the street even if you were running late for an appointment?
Look, here's the thing. If I'm already running late, I don't care, bro. Chances are, I'm like, shit. I'm late to work. I'm gonna go grab, like, something to eat. I'm gonna go help this old lady across the street. I'm gonna go, like, do other things, and I'll show up when I get there, okay? Like, that's how I was in high school, okay? Like, I was like, oh, fuck, I'm running late. I might as well go grab breakfast. You dig?
Would you kill all of your neighbor's pets just to save one of your own?
As heartless as it is to say, yes, I would.
Have you ever tried to smother yourself with a pillow to see if you could actually suffocate yourself?
I was 7 and curious. You leave me alone.
Have you ever been caught dancing when you thought no one was watching?
Yep.
Have you ever tried to roll your eyes back so far just to see if they'd really get stuck?
Not to see if they would really get stuck, but I did. Look, I wanted to be the Undertaker growing up, okay? So leave me alone. So no, not to see if they get stuck.
Have you ever played a practical joke that you regret pulling on someone?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Are you streaming live right now?
No.
Are you recording this gameplay session?
Yes.
If I told you that I was watching you play this game right now, would you believe me?
No.
If you've left a comment for me at any point in time.
I haven't. I have not left a comment for you, so all of these are going to be no.
Do you understand that no matter what, I appreciate you?
Sure, yeah.
I really do. Are you afraid of snakes?
Yeah.
Do you believe in magic?
I do.
Have you cried in the last month?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Do you have a hero?
Yeah.
Do you typically learn from your mistakes?
Absolutely.
Do you enjoy outdoor activities?
Depending on the activity, but yeah, sometimes.
Would you consider yourself to be lazy?
By nature, yeah. Humans are all lazy. All humans are naturally lazy. But we do things to ensure that we're not
lazy anymore, I guess. I don't know. Do you sometimes find it difficult to stay motivated? That's just kind of part of having depression, so yeah. Do you put the needs of others before yourself? Sometimes to my own detriment. Would your family and friends describe you as kind? I sure as cuss hope so. Have you ever cheated in a relationship? Yes. Have you ever been cheated on in a relationship? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be judgmental? No. I don't judge. I see. Are you a hero to someone else? Maybe, probably. I don't know. There a lot of things are possible. Someone could find me attractive enough to want to masturbate about me at night. I don't know. So yeah, I guess. Do you love animals? Absolutely. Have you ever found a family member on Tinder? And I don't have Tinder. Never had Tinder. Never needed it. I married my high school sweetheart. Tinder was was never an option for me. I mean, sorry, bragging class is going very well. Yeah, me neither. Do you enjoy drinking alcohol? Yes. Are you intoxicated right now? No. Well, that makes one of us. Do you like the phrase sneaky? I'm a sneaky little snake. Yes. Are these questions a bit strange to you? Nah. I get asked weirder stuff all the time. Do you have a vivid imagination? Yes. Do you feel uncomfortable in large social settings? Depending, but then again, a lot of the social settings I find myself in, I want to be there, so I guess no. Would you consider yourself to be antisocial? No. Do you hold a grudge for long periods of time? Nope. Too lazy for that. Have you ever urinated in public? Bro, have you ever gone to a gas station and needed to pee? Like, yeah. Do you like pineapple on your pizza? Okay, I don't hate it, right? But it's not my first choice every single time. If it's around, I will eat it, so yeah. I knew I liked you. Would you consider yourself to be selfish? No. Do you think you've got a big ego? I occasionally have a god complex, so... No, not naturally. The god complex happens maybe, like, every once in a while. Would you consider yourself kinky? Yes. Have you ever masturbated into a fishbowl? What the fuck? Why would I do that? Well, then you can't be that kinky. Would you consider yourself to be religious? No, absolutely not. Would you consider yourself to be temperamental? Well, what does temperamental mean? Like, because I actually don't know the definitions of this. Oh, that just essentially... Hold on. Liable to unreasonable changes of mood. No. I'm pretty neutral a good majority of the time. If you had to kill someone to save your own life but knew they didn't deserve it, would you do it? I don't fear death. And in that moment, if it was my time to go, then I would accept it. So I'm gonna say no. Interesting. Would you sacrifice your own life for a complete stranger? Again, if it's my time to go, then it's my time to go. I'm not going to... I mean, like, if I felt like... If it was, like, in a like, I'm gonna be murdered type situation, then I would probably try to get out of it. Like, I wouldn't want to go like that. But, like, if somebody was in, like... a predicament that required saving, and the only way to get them out was to put myself in their position, I might do it, yeah. Even more interesting. Have you ever been inside of a burning building? No. Have you ever been to a funeral? Plenty of times. If you could attend your own funeral before you died, would you take the opportunity to do so? No, not really, no. If you could see into the future, but you were told that it would only reveal the absolute worst of what's in store for you, would you still? No, I wouldn't. Everything that I go through in life, I want an authentic reaction to it, because if I see all of the bad shit that's going to happen to me, then there's no character development. I will already know what's coming, and from there I can either work to change it or I can work to accept it. I would rather go through those moments as naturally and as authentically as I possibly could. So, no, I would not look. If you had the power to stop time, would you do it? What would you use it to do something you know you shouldn't do? No, I would use it to make as many videos as I possibly could so I could finally be ahead of schedule. Stop taking these week-long breaks. If you had the power to remove one person from Earth, never to return again, would you use it? Yeah. I'm not gonna say who it is, but yeah. If I told you that I understand you better than you understand yourself, would you believe me? No. If someone threatened to kill you, would your first response be to react in violence? No, and this stems from a gun safety course that I've taken in the past. When you are presented with a situation that requires you to, like, somebody is threatening to kill you, you do not want to escalate that situation at all. You want to remain as cool and calm and collected as you possibly can, and try to de-escalate the situation as best as you possibly can. Sometimes it doesn't always work out like that, and sometimes you do need to react violently. But if you are able to maintain control of the situation, you probably, it would be in your best interest and the best interest of other people around you, if there are other people around, for you to maintain a level head and try to de-escalate the situation so that you can prevent people from dying, and the person threatening to kill you won't get in as much trouble, I guess. I don't know why that my brain, like, logically believes that, like, okay, if everybody can get out of this relatively unscathed, then I think this is good. Because most people, I live in Texas, so if anybody else was being asked this question, it would be like, oh yeah, I'm drawing my gun immediately. And it's like, okay, no, that's not what they teach you in gun safety courses. Not that anybody fucking takes them anymore. Sorry to get political. If a stranger stole money from you to support their drug addiction, would you forgive them if they apologized to you? Yes, and here's why. I don't believe it was the person that stole the money. I think it was the addiction that convinced them that they needed to steal the money, and that's not a reason to look down on someone. Addictions develop because you fall into a very, like, not great part of your life, and it takes over your entire life, and that's what it's meant to do. Therefore, any action that person does, I don't fully blame them. Like, they still had something to do with it, and I look at them in the way that I do, but it's also the knowledge of, like, okay, you would not have done that if you were not addicted to this substance or whatever it is. So yes, I would apologize. I would accept the apology. If a family member said something nasty about you behind your back, would you confront them about it directly? Nope. If you're too much of a pussy to not say it to my face, then and if I hear that you're talking shit about me behind my back, guess what? You don't deserve a spot in my life. Friend, family, I don't care. Like, either say it to my face and be a fucking adult, or shut up and keep it pushing. Like, I don't need you in my life. And if you're talking shit about me behind my back, I definitely don't want you in my life either. You're not contributing to me in a positive way. You don't benefit me by being in my life. And if all you're going to do is talk nasty about me, then fuck off. I don't care. And I'm not going to confront you about it, because you're already talking shit about me. What am I going to do to change your perception of me, especially if I confront you about it? You've already made up your mind. So why do I care? If you had to eat raw squirrel brains for 3 days to stay alive, would you do it? Okay, so this is my motto in life. This is my mantra. Try anything twice. When you go to try something, try it twice. Once to say you've had the experience, and now that you've gotten your feet wet a little bit, the second time is to confirm whether or not you actually enjoyed it. Because first impressions, while very important, are also often wrong. So I try to do something twice. I try to meet a person twice. Unless they just straight up give me, like, okay, I'm not okay with you type vibes. Like, but eating raw squirrel brains for 3 days, I typically, in that moment, I would only probably eat maybe once a day. Eat the squirrel brain, have something on my stomach, go into the next day, try it for the second day to confirm on whether or not I liked it. And even if I didn't like it, guess what? I have food again in my belly. So, and then that third day, I will have already gotten used to the taste and the texture. So it's like, whatever. Yeah, I would do it. If you woke up tomorrow and none of your family remembered who you were, would you choose to leave and start a new life? Absolutely. And that's not saying anything bad about my family. That's just how I feel about it. Like, I now have nothing tying me to this state. I can move. I can get out of here. I can go do things with my life. Things that I've never gotten to do before. Because I was afraid of leaving. If a homeless man was clearly sick, freezing, and utterly miserable in the rain, would you be willing to give him your clothes and walk home naked? Absolutely. I hate wearing clothes. That's a dub. If someone accidentally hit you in their car, but you suffered no injuries whatsoever, would you still be upset with them? Probably. Not upset in the extent of like, oh my god, like you could have killed me. Like, I don't focus on the could have aspect of that. I focus on the fact that, hey, you need to show me some insurance now, buddy, because I'm trying to make some money off your stupid ass. You saw me walking and you still hit me. Like, so yeah, I guess I would be upset with them in the format of like, I now need to go through the rigmarole of getting your insurance and doing all of that and filing a claim and stuff like that, and I don't like doing all that crap. Have you looked for any hidden meanings or messages within these questions? Nope. Maybe you should have been. I will uninstall you right now, fucker. Don't tempt me. Are you wondering if there's a deeper meaning to all of this other than just simply answering question after question? No. Miracles happen every day. Do you agree? Given the current climate of everything, not really, but I imagine they happen for other people, so I guess I'd have to say yes. Umbrellas aren't worth lugging around and you don't mind getting rained on. Do you agree? It's not that I don't think they're not worth... It's not that I don't think they're not worth lugging around, and it's not that I don't mind getting rained on. It's just, I just never think to grab an umbrella. I'm like, okay, I'm not outside enough for it to matter. I'm literally going into a building and coming out of a building, so it's like, you know, whatever, I don't care. So no, I don't agree. Red is a prettier color than pink. Do you agree? No, they're pretty for different reasons. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag blowing in the wind? I better not get DMCA'd into outer space for this. No. Eating in front of people can be awkward. No! It's not awkward. It is a human function. You need to eat to survive. I don't understand this. I understand that people have like body image issues and eating kind of helps with that, whether it contributes to it or alleviates it. Here's my thing. You took me to a restaurant, I'ma eat. You put a plate of ribs on a buffet table near me, I'm grabbing some ribs, and I don't care how messy I am. I like food. I'm gonna eat in front of you. So no, I disagree. Rings used as a ceremonial wedding gift are so outdated. Do you agree? No, I think in a ring there is a lot of symbolism. It's an unbreakable bond between you and another person. Should that bond be actually strong enough for marriage? No, I don't think that's outdated. I don't think so. Did you realize that the first letter of the last 6 questions, when combined, spells out the word murder? Nope. Do you know why that is? Nope, and I don't care. Does that make you slightly uncomfortable? I mean, you're a video game. No. Are you going to start paying closer attention to what you may have gotten yourself into? No. Do you realize it's too late to turn back now? I could uninstall you right now and not think anything of it, buddy. Don't tempt me. I'm here. Whatever. Do you hear someone in your room? Nope. Do you see the shadows closing in? No. I mean, the shadows shift because it's getting later in the day, but whatever. Do you feel like you're being watched? No. Did you look around your room a moment ago? Well, yeah, to, like, look at the shadows, but, I mean, like, whatever. It's all theatrics, so... Yes, I did. Do you like long walks on the beach? No. Do you enjoy giving gifts to people? I do. I love giving gifts to people. It is so much in me to not just give somebody a gift the minute that I get it for them, you know? Have you ever felt like giving up on life? Yeah. Many times in my life, yes. Do you love your family more than you love yourself? I love my wife more than I love myself, and she's my family, so, yeah, sure. Anybody else? No, I love me. It's not that I'm, like, self-centered or anything like that. Like, I love my friends and I love my family to no end, but, I've learned in my life how to put myself before others and how to love myself, and that love has only gotten more intense, so yeah.
Do you have a best friend who's clearly better than the rest of your friends?
No, I love all of my friends intensely and for different reasons.
Do you think there's some kind of conspiracy behind the coronavirus?
No, that's fucking stupid.
Do you believe you're human?
Yeah, I think so.
If you could turn invisible, but you can never be visible ever again once you decide...
Nope. Nope. Never using it.
If you knew that someone was about to rob a convenience store, but you knew they were doing it to feed their family, would you stop them?
Yes, the 7-Eleven is insured. The Walmart is insured. Everything in the grocery store is insured. They will get more of it. It is fine. Oh no, I hit yes. Fuck. All right. Whatever. We're rolling with it. In that world, yes, I would report it. I'd be like, hey, bro. You know what? Yeah, I would stop them and be like, hey, you don't have to steal. I will buy them. I'll buy them for you. Even if I didn't have the money, I got credit cards. I'll take the L for now. You need to feed your family, and you don't need to get in trouble for it, so let me buy them for you. Yeah, okay, cool. We're good. I feel good about that answer now.
Just had to tweak it a little bit. If you were stranded on a remote island with a stranger and you were both starving to death, but you found a secret stash of food that they didn't know about, would you share with them?
Yes, absolutely I would.
If you could turn into an eagle for 1 year, but you wouldn't be able to turn back into a person until that 1 year had passed, would you do it?
No, I wouldn't, because here's my thought process on that. If I turn into an eagle, I don't know how to be an eagle, and I feel like I would still have the mentality of a human being. I would not know what to do with myself. I wouldn't, and I feel like I would end up dead before the year was over, so no.
If you had the opportunity to earn riches beyond your wildest dreams by fighting a grizzly bear to the death using nothing but a machete and an army helmet, would you do it?
No, and it's not, I've said this before, I don't fear death, but I do fear being ripped apart by any animal, because I don't like being in pain. I mean, like, yeah, pain comes and goes, and, like, pain will eventually subside. I don't think I would be able to kill a grizzly bear with a machete. Unless I were to somehow... I don't think machetes are very good for stabbing. And I feel like any slash I do to the bear would only make it more angry, and that would result in even more, like, damage done to me. So, no. I don't care about money at that point. I care about living. I fought very hard to stay alive up to this point. I'm not losing it to a fucking bear.
If you had to pick one basic food item to eat exclusively for an entire year, would you choose potatoes?
Yes, absolutely. Potatoes are so versatile. You can fry them, you can bake them, you can eat them raw, you can do anything to potatoes and it'll still be amazing. Like, dude, you can mash them up and boil them, dude, it's great.
If pizza screamed in agony every time you bit into a piece, would you still continue to eat pizza?
I'm assuming that this would be for the rest of time, and that would make Cece's Pizza, or any other pizza buffet for that matter, like Chuck E. Cheese or something like that, that would make that a nightmare. So no thank you, I'm good.
If your best friend got bit in the genitals by a highly venomous snake and the only way to save their life was to suck the venom out of their genitals, would you do it to save them?
From a morality standpoint, yes, I would. But also I'm bisexual, so it wouldn't be that big of a deal anyway.
Was that question difficult to answer?
No, not at all.
Do you feel mortal?
Yes.
Do you enjoy loud music?
I do.
Do you feel awkward when you dance in front of others?
No. I'm unapologetically myself.
Do you suffer from an anxiety disorder?
Yeah.
Do you ever feel depressed?
Yes.
You're not alone.
I know. I get told that a lot.
Do you feel relaxed?
Right now?
Yeah. Do you think you have a guardian angel watching over you?
Maybe. Sure. I suppose nothing's out of the question.
Do you ever hear your name being called when no one could have called it?
Weirdly enough, yes.
I'm going to take special note of that one. Do you always look both ways before crossing the road?
Yes, twice. I don't trust people at all. I don't trust drivers, especially here in Texas, and parking lots. Dude.
Do you wash your hands every day?
Yes, I try to stay as clean as possible.
Do you feel uncomfortable using public restrooms?
Nope.
Is winter your favorite season?
Nope. Fall is. Autumn.
Do you know anyone named Josh?
I do!
Are you wondering why that last question is relevant?
No. Are you allergic to any animals? Not that I'm aware of, no. Not any animal that I've ever come into contact with. Have you ever thought about an animal in a sexual way? No. Have you ever been in love? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be artistic? Yes. Would you consider yourself to be dominant in day-to-day life? I think I do very well in day-to-day life. I do have days that aren't as great as others, but like I feel like I do very well. Do you feel that you've got too much time on your hands? No, I feel like I don't have enough. Can you be easily intimidated by others? Not... I do have anxiety, so I guess that could be viewed as like having, being intimidated, so I guess, yeah, sure. Are you easily excitable? I get hype incredibly easily, so yeah. Do you enjoy solving complex problems? Yeah, sometimes. Do you have a difficult time relaxing? No. Bro, if I'm like laid up in bed, I'm laid up in bed. Like, I ain't worried about a damn thing after that. Would you consider yourself to be high maintenance? No. Do you trust easily? Sometimes, yeah. Would you consider yourself to be an honest person? Yes. Sometimes a bit brutally honest, and that's to my detriment as well. Have you ever told a lie? Yeah. Have you ever lied to your best friend? Yes. Have you ever lied to your family? Of course. Have you lied about any answers during this session? No. Are you wondering why all of these questions have to do with lying? No. This is all very useful information. Are you a people pleaser? No, not anymore. Not anymore. I used to be, and that was no way to live. Do you enjoy being the center of attention? I mean, it's nothing that bothers me, so I guess I enjoy it. Do you feel like you've got a good sense of humor? Motherfucker, I am the funniest dude in the world. My wife doesn't think so, but what does she know? She's German. Germans don't have a good sense of humor. You can't tell me. I mean, like, they do, but it's all very dry. That's why people don't think Germans are funny. And I use that against her all the time. She's actually really funny, though. I'm not gonna lie. But she doesn't think I'm funny, and therefore she's stupid. Yeah, I've got a great sense of humor. Fuck you. Do you frighten easily? I mean, if there's a spider around you. It's a very good door sound effect. Okay. Well, that was odd. I wonder what that was about. That's probably a pretty good place for us to stop the simple segment of our questionnaire and move on to the more gritty questions. This next set of questions will not be yes or no answers. The next portion of our session will be filled with various scenarios that put you smack dab in the middle of vital choice making. We'll see how well you handle your options as you delve deep into each scenario. Remember, the key to all of this is to answer honestly. Let's get started. You're home alone. It's dark, and it's storming outside. All of a sudden, there's a knock on your bedroom door. Someone's in your house. What do you do? Who is it? Sorry, that must have been loud. Who is it? There's a knock on my bedroom door. Someone's in my. Chances are that someone in my house is my wife coming home from someplace or whatever, and she needs help getting the door open. So I'm going to boldly open the door to reveal what's on the other side. It's probably going to be my wife. Very interesting choice. You meet a homeless woman on the street. She asks you for money. You find it within yourself to give her all the spare change you have. Just as you do, a homeless man approaches asking if you can spare some change. What do you do? Tell the man you've got no change left to offer. Yeah, that I would do that, because it's like, I already gave all of my money to that lady over there. Or I've already given all of my money away. I don't have any more to offer you. I'm sorry, bro. It's not that I'm like first come, first serve. Like, if I could help everybody, then I would. But if I've given, in this scenario, I've given all of my spare change, all of my money to this person. And this other person's coming up asking you for money. I don't have any more money. I can't give you anything. Really, no. Both your mother and father fall incredibly ill to a life-threatening disease, And there's only enough medicine and facilities to save one of your parents, and time is of the essence. What do you do?
My father was abusive, and my stepfather ran out on my mom, and he was also abusive. So neither of those men are in my life anymore. So my mom gets the medical treatment.
That doesn't surprise me. You find a case of money tucked away inside of a dumpster. Inside, there's 10 solid gold bars and a vial of mysterious liquid. Under the vial, there's a note that says the cure for cancer. What do you do?
I don't know what I could do with it. I don't know how I would sell gold bars. I don't know who I would go to sell that to, and what am I going to do with a mysterious liquid, whether it's the cure for cancer or not. I don't know what that is, so I'm giving it to a professional entity so they can put the gold back where it's supposed to be and give the cure for cancer to the people who can use it the most, which would be, I guess, the scientific community or something.
What a wasted opportunity. I'm sorry. I know I shouldn't judge. You're stuck alone inside of your house, and you're starving to death. You've completely run out of food, and no one is coming to save you for weeks. The only potential source of food around you is your family pets. What do you do?
I have cats, and cats are a bit pickier about what they eat than dogs. They will eventually, eat whatever you give them, but then there's also a good majority of cats who also will just starve to death because you didn't get them the right food. So probably continue to starve along with my pets.
Why am I not surprised? Your neighbor's home is on fire, a blazing inferno among smoke amidst from the windows. You hear screams for help coming from within, but you can't see past the flames. No one else is in sight. What do you do?
I'm calling the fire department. I am not trained to run into a burning building and help people. I'm not a hero either. I don't have the equipment. I don't have the know-how. I don't know how to navigate a burning building with a complete lack of structural integrity. That's stupid to just run into a burning building. That doesn't make any sense to me. There are professionals specifically for that job. And yes, people are screaming for help, but there's absolutely nothing I can do to help them except call the fire department to get the flames put out and try to salvage, what's left of the bodies.
I like that. You're fast asleep in your bed when you're awoken by what sounds like a woman's muffled cries from somewhere in your room. You quickly realize that it's coming from under your bed. What do you do?
Again, if there's a woman under my bed, chances are it's my wife. And there's not a lot of space under the bed, so chances are she got stuck and needs help. So, I guess I'd immediately look under the bed. Again, I'm looking at this very practically. Like, there's not a lot of opportunities for a woman to just be under my bed crying out for help, unless it's my wife.
A man in a fancy suit approaches you while you're walking down the street. He pulls a watch from his pocket and hands it to you. He claims that when the watch stops ticking, it marks the moment your time runs out on this earth.
Thanks? I'm good. I don't fear death, but I don't want to know when it's coming, and I don't want to... I know myself well enough to know that I will become obsessed with this watch, and I'm not going to do that, so...
Would you know?
You're shitting. You're just taking a shit. No.
You're sitting at home playing a game on your PC when all of a sudden someone grips and squeezes your shoulder firmly behind. From behind. What do you do?
Again, it's my wife, so tell them to squeeze harder and that I can use a massage.
You're sitting in the bathtub trying to relax when a hand emerges from the water. What do you do?
I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. You ain't fooling me. I'm in that instance, yes, I would jump out of the bath.
Clever. You get out of bed and immediately fall down a deep, dark hole. A man is standing above you looking down, telling you to put lotion on your skin while he watches. What do you do?
I've seen Silence of the Lambs. I know what this is referencing. In that moment, I would just simply start putting lotion on myself because that's my best chance of staying alive.
Again, I don't fear death. I don't want to be murdered, though.
Smart choice. You're sitting at home alone, and all of a sudden your door slams shut. You see it before your very eyes, and you know that no one is home, and it couldn't have been a gust of wind. What do?
I'm gonna go open it.
I like that. Someone you've known for many years but have no attraction to tells you that they have had a massive crush on you for a long time.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm flattered, but not interested. I'm already married. I'm in a monogamous and very happy relationship. Not that there's anything wrong with polyamory. It's just not for me. I'm sorry. You should have been there sooner, I guess. I don't know.
So you're one of those types. Your dog starts randomly barking into the darkest corner of your living room. There doesn't appear to be anything there, but your dog insists on escalating to growls. What do?
Try to see. Typically, whenever my cats will stare at a corner, I'll try to like look at the corner and be like, "What are you staring at?" Like, so that's probably what I would do in the case of my dog. Either that, while also telling them to, "Hey, knock that off. Hush. Stop it."
I'm taking note of that. You see a massive spider.
A massive spider. Ah. Should have had someone check for that, huh?
You see a massive spider.
I'm not going to talk too much crap. I can't make a video game, so I can only imagine it would be very difficult.
You see a massive spider in your room the size of your...
burn the house down. It's the only way to be safe. I'm not fucking... I don't like spiders. I don't like little itty-bitty ones. How do you think I'm going to handle... Like, my wife... We went to a zoo one time, and my wife tried to show me a Goliath bird-eater tarantula. Wasn't having it. I don't care that there's like 3.5 inches of plexiglass between me and that thing. I'm not getting up in its face. I don't want to see that.
Your closest family member tells you that they're a serial killer. What do?
You're going to the cops. You've already killed multiple people, which means you'll do it again. So, yeah.
I see. If you found out that you only had one day left to live, what would you do?
Tell everyone that I love them and to be happy. Don't be sad that I'm leaving this earth. Be happy that I no longer have to pay rent. Most of my friends would look at me and be like, lucky? No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
All right, then. If one of your pets started speaking to you and told you they've got a dire warning and that they were going to die if you didn't let them eat all the ice cream in the freezer, what would you do?
I'm just going to go lay down.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, it said I'm way too high for this. Yeah, that'd probably also be a thing.
If all of a sudden you could start hearing other people's thoughts, and the person next to you was thinking about mugging you and stealing your money, what would you do?
Tell them you didn't think mugging you was a good... Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, just...
I wouldn't do that if I were you, buddy. I'd be like... That sounds reasonable. Your best friend comes to you and tells you that they just accidentally killed someone and they don't want to go to prison. What would you do?
I would try to convince them to turn themselves in, because they will get in less trouble if they just admit to it. And if they can prove beyond the shadow of a doubt that they accidentally killed that person, then they would get involuntary manslaughter. And I don't know the charges for that, but that's what they would get. It would be much better than trying to help them hide the body, or... Because then that ropes me into it. You know, yeah, I would try to convince them. And I wouldn't want to report them to the authorities. I would want them to... Like, if they're telling me, oh my god, I accidentally killed somebody, like, that tells me that they might feel remorse about it, and they might... I don't know, like... I would just try to convince them to turn themselves in.
You're driving in your car and you accidentally run someone over. You're pretty sure that they're okay, but the fact that their head is clearly detached from their body suggests that it's probably just wishful thinking. What do?
I'm turning myself in. Like, hey, I was driving, assuming that this is going to be on like a backcountry road or something like that. You know, you're rounding a turn, you don't see somebody, you hit them, their head pops off. What do you do in that scenario? I'm not going to just drag them over to the side of the street, because I have a white car. Chances are there's going to be blood on my car. If I drive back into town, they're going to see that and be like, hey, buddy. Or there's going to at least be like some sort of damage done to the car, like a dent or something. I don't know. I feel like trying to, you know, no, I would turn myself in.
I'm watching you. Interesting how that played out. I think it's time we move on to the next portion of our test. The following questions that shall be asked of you are would-you-rather style questions.
Imagine you've got a gun to your head and you absolutely must choose an answer. Why do we have to imagine violent situations? There's not a gun to my head. Jesus.
No matter how uncomfortable that may be. Let's get started, shall we?
Before I answer this question, I gotta pee. I'll be right back. I'm back.
Would you rather be loved by all or feared by all?
I'd rather be loved. I don't like being feared. I don't like people getting the wrong idea about me.
Would you rather never get angry or never get jealous?
Anger is a good tool to have sometimes. Jealousy is more a hindrance than anything, so never get jealous.
Would you rather be held in high regard by your parents or by your friends?
I don't... again, reiterating from before, both of the fathers in my life were abusive, and my mom I have a complicated relationship with, so I'd rather be held in high regards by my friends.
Would you rather live in space or live under the sea?
In space. Hands down, 100%, no contest.
Would you rather donate your body to science or donate your organs to people who need them?
I feel like if I were to donate my body to science, it would help more people. If I donate my organs, then I only have so many organs, and that will only help so many people. If I donate my body to science, then they could find something in my body that might kind of further the medical community or the scientific community or something like that. It could help create like vaccines and other things like that. So get out of here, store event. To science.
Would you rather go to jail for 5 years for something you didn't do or get away with something horrible that you did but always live in fear of being caught?
I'd rather just go to jail for 5 years. I've got anxiety. I wouldn't be able to go to the store. I wouldn't be able to order anything. I would simply just die.
Would you rather work at a horrible job that you hate but retire comfortably in 10 years from now? Or would you rather have your dream job but have to work until the day you die?
This right here, this video that I'm making, the thing that I'm doing right now is my dream job. If I could do YouTube for the rest of my life, I would. So yeah, I'd rather have my dream job forever. Because it wouldn't feel like work. This doesn't feel like work to me. This is fun.
Would you rather every shirt
I'm not going to do the voice anymore. Would you until it's like necessary. Would you rather every shirt you'll ever wear be somewhat itchy or only be able to use one-ply toilet paper? Dude, I can fold one-ply toilet paper to make like multiply. And I do anyway. So like one-ply toilet paper. I'm not wearing an itchy shirt.
Would you rather have skin that changes colors depending on your mood or to have tattoos appear on your body that depict what you did yesterday?
I think it would be absolutely dope if I got really pissed off and just turned red. People would not want to mess with me. What would Horny's color look like then?
Would you rather shit every time you orgasm or orgasm every time you see a dog?
I don't want orgasm shits. I don't want, and then like, I don't know.
If your partner switched bodies with one of your parents and the only way to get them to switch back was to have sex with one of them, would you rather have sex with your partner in your parent's body or have sex with your parent in your partner's body?
No, seriously, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Just answer the question.
I'd rather have sex with my partner in my parent's body because at least I can turn the lights off and not look at my mom. And at least my partner, there'd be the mental. Yeah. I don't want to get into too deep with that.
That one had no bearing on your results. I was just curious.
You bastard.
I think we've answered enough of these types of questions, as I'm sure you'd agree. We're going to end the test with a short series of final questions giving simple answers. We'll get started now. Out of the following options, which number do you like the most?
3.
Out of the following options, what color? Blue. Out of the following options, which creature are you least comfortable around?
Spiders.
Out of the following options, which flavor is your favorite?
I like peanut butter.
Out of all the following options, which do you personally value the most?
Friends.
I don't talk to my family a lot anymore. Out of the following options, which could you most live without?
You need money to continue to survive, but I'm assuming this is in a scenario that my brain immediately goes to a dystopia where we don't need financial shit we don't need money to live. We just trade goods and services as we need them. Like, I will build your deck for you if you provide me with like food or whatever. Like, I have something that you need, you have something that I need. But that's, what can I most live without? I would live off the grid, no money. Easy peasy. I wouldn't be able to do this, but, I mean, I wouldn't care. Out of the following options, which statement is most? I'm caring. Out of the following options, which are you most afraid of? Living forever. That would be miserable. I would never get out of bed. There would never be any reason to. I'm just gonna be alive for the rest of whatever. Fuck that.
We're almost finished, but I've got just one final question for you. Have you ever punched a nun?
No.
You really ought to try it sometime. It can really take the edge off. Alright, we're done here. I'm through with you. I'm just going to calculate your results very carefully. I don't want to miss anything important. Trying my absolute hardest not to judge you right now, so try to keep this as professional as possible. Ah, here we go. Based on what you've told me, I've come to a conclusion.
Okay, so this is the part where he, like, gives me the analysis, if you will.
This is what I personally believe would be in your best interest to acknowledge, set in motion, and accomplish in order to climb the ladder to happiness in your life.
First and foremost, I'd like to start with a blanket statement that everyone truly needs to hear. Something that is taken for granted far more than anything else in life. Something that has such an incredible, unique, irreplaceable value compared to any other thing on this earth. And that, my friends, is the value of time. Time is the most valuable form of currency you will ever hold in life. You can spend time on anyone doing anything for any reason. Now, time can be spent, time can be wasted, and time can be taken away. But time can never be refunded. Time can never be earned back, and more time can never be gained. Imagine a bank account with all the money you'll ever get to spend in life. Now imagine not knowing how much money is in your account. Imagine going to the store one day to purchase something you really need, and the cashier tells you, "I'm sorry, but you cannot afford that." As a matter of fact, you can never afford anything ever again. We only have so much time, and we have no idea just how much or how little we truly have before our bank account runs dry. And the fact that we get to decide and choose what we spend our time on just shows you how truly special it is when someone spends their time on you. So now that we've understand the incredible value of time, I'd like to make a suggestion for you personally on how I think you'd be best spending your time in order to achieve what you need most at this current stage in your life. Let's see here. I'm going to be real with you here. Your biggest waste of time is that you spend more time thinking about doing things instead of actually doing them. You get stuck in this infinite loop of paralysis by analysis, and where instead of actually carrying out a task, you spend countless time thinking about doing it or analyzing whether or not it's actually worth doing. But the only true way to ever know if something is worth doing or not is actually just to suck it up and do it. Think about all the time you've just wasted. Think about all the time you've wasted by overthinking and procrastinating. The overthinking is definitely a problem that I have. I am working on it, though.
If you were to add all of that time up, just how much time do you think you've wasted? Now imagine if you would have shut your brain off, stopped thinking about things, and just done them. Think about how many great things you could have accomplished by now.
Yeah.
Now that the tough love part is out of the way, listen to me carefully. You've got so much life left to live and so much potential to do so many things. It's time to stop thinking and start doing. You're going to unlock a whole new world of opportunity, and you're going to be on such an amazing path once you get moving. Don't waste any more time, because you can either be where you want to be in 3 months from now, or you can be looking back 3 months ago and be exactly where you are now. Once you get the ball rolling, you're going to be a hell of a lot happier in life, and I think you can already feel the truth in that. I think you'll be very surprised just how much of a positive impact it's going to have on your life going forward. I hope this information helps you achieve your goals.
Okay, and then all this secret word stuff is just, it was for, like, the game studio's development, much like last week. This is all I'm going to be showing you of the test Hypothesis Rising. Hope you enjoyed.
The path to betterment of the mind is an endless one. The journey evolves as do you. So please, take care not to ignore any part of that journey. And until next time, friends, so long and good night.